Assalamu alaikum and добрый вечер, everyone. Today's khutbah at Masjid an-Nur here in Des Moines was about enjoining the good and forbidding the evil. And as I told the brother who gave the khutbah that he picked the right subject at the right time. And I told him that because of all the stuff that's going on in Egypt and other countries where people are trying to root out oppression. And so I don't know if that was what was on his mind when he decided this topic, but I picked up on that connection. But anyway, enjoining the good is a duty that every Muslim has to do in one way or another. The best way is to advise in a polite manner that you, you need to do something good, and forbidding the evil, again, do it in a manner that is appropriate for the situation and pleasing to Allah, and being polite about it. You know, gentle reminders. Sometimes it may have to be repeated, but if you just yell at someone, it's only going to get worse because you're causing another bad situation if you start arguing with somebody about something. And we all know that arguing gets you nowhere. And but if you do not do this, if you do not enjoin the good and forbid the evil, then when the opportunity presents itself to do that, then that is a sin on you. But if you try your best and it still doesn't work, well, you can only do so much because some people are just that stubborn. They will still do what they want to do. They'll still disobey their creator, disobey others who are in authority over them. For instance, if a parent is trying to teach their child to do good, but yet the child just constantly rebels no matter what they do, then they can only do so much. But if they try, and they do everything that they're supposed to do to try to promote the good and get someone to abstain from what is evil or haram, which is forbidden or prohibited. The sin is on the person who keeps doing the bad things, not on the person who is trying to stop it. And he also said that if you can stop a sinful act or an evil act in some kind of tangible way, whether it be you know if someone is trying to beat up someone else for no reason, or someone is trying to snatch something from or somewhere, and if you're in a position to stop it and you have the ability, we as Muslims are supposed to try to do that. But if you cannot take a physical action, if you give a warning in a polite manner, of course, maybe with a little bit of sternness in your voice, but just a reminder, a warning that they are doing something wrong. If that is the best that you can do, then that's what you do. But as he said, and there is a hadith that speaks about this. I don't remember the exact wording of it, but I think you can find it somewhere. It's in one of the hadith collections, that if you cannot stop it with your tongue, meaning you cannot tell someone to stop doing something, either because the other person may not hear you or understand you, or there is there is just too much else going on, then you have to hate it in your heart. But that, according to this hadith, it says is the least of faith. You know, that is the least action that you can do, is hate something that is evil, but it is the bare minimum. But the best thing is to, whatever the situation is, to try to promote good, such as Muslims have to pray 5 times a day. But if, for instance, another example he gave, if parents are expecting their children to pray or learn the Quran, but yet they do not do it themselves, they are not setting a good example. They are enjoining the good, but they are not practicing it themselves. You have to do good to and for yourself and for Allah, as to promote it in others. So a parent, if they have knowledge of the religion, then they have to share it with their kids or other family members. But if they don't have the knowledge, then they need to seek it. They need to learn about the history of the religion. They need to learn how to read the Quran or whatever. If a Christian parent may try to get their kids to read the Bible, just as a Jewish parent might try to get their kids to read the Torah, something like that. But if they don't do it themselves, then how can they expect it from their kids? It's just not going to work that way. And it's the same with, for instance, if you're in a school situation and you are a teacher and you are teaching kids, but if you do not know the subject you're teaching, then you can't be an effective teacher. He didn't mention that example, but I'm saying that just to give another example. My oldest sister is a teacher, so that's probably where that comes from. But it's just a way to kind of clarify that you have to do it yourself in order to better promote it in someone else. And if I'm getting married in a few months, and if my husband has good knowledge of the religion and he is really good at reading the Quran, then obviously I'm going to expect him to help me learn more than what I'm able to do now, going to class with kids. I'm the only adult doing it, but I'm still going to keep doing it. And but if I know more than he does, then I will try to share with him what little knowledge I have, and I'm trying to learn more. But we have to expect this of each other. We have to expect it of, if you live in a Muslim household, then you have to expect it of everybody else and yourself. So that's basically what it was about, is you have to do it yourself in order to be in a better position to enjoin the good and forbid the evil. Because if you don't do it, then obviously the sin is on you, and on the day of judgment, then you will be questioned, and Allah will question those whom you had an opportunity to give this advice to, or in Arabic I believe the word is nasiha. I'm not sure the pronunciation, but someone can correct that, I think. But if you're not doing that, then the person who could have been the recipient of your advice or nasiha, Allah will ask, no, that person didn't tell me not to do that, or that person didn't tell me to do that. And of course that sin is on you. And if and that person's may get your a good deed or three from you, whatever Allah chooses to do in that situation. So it's a reminder to myself as well, because I'm trying to get better at it. And although, as far as I know, I don't have anyone else living with me besides Mila, but I can only go so far with a cat. But anyway, that was today's khutbah, and I'll come up with another one next week. So until I come up with something else as well, assalamu alaikum, do widzenia, and miausa mila.